Allow yourself wherever you are to come to a comfortable seated position. Take a moment to put down anything that might be in your hands. Just give yourself the gift of really being able to rest and rest with being present in this moment. And with that said, let's take a moment, place a hand or hands on heart. Allow your eyes to close. And together, let's take in a strong, steady breath. Breath in and let it out. Together again, breath in and let it out. And one more time, power of 3, breath in and let it out. Eyes still closed, breath staying strong and steady, hands on heart. In this moment of intentional connection, we come together collectively as a community of highly sensitive entrepreneurs and leaders. In this moment, in the name of connection, we each connect in individually to the power of our hearts and to the strength of our spirit. And in the name of connection, we connect in globally as a community that reaches around the globe, globally as highly sensitive entrepreneurs and leaders in support of the greater global community on this most historic day of January 20th, 2021. Though the event that's happening today is in the United States of America, we recognize that whether there are some who would want to admit it or not, we are a global community. Each and every country, each and every person, we are connected. Our actions, our feelings, our thoughts impact one another. So we come together today in this moment of energy activation to support a greater sense of connection, a greater sense of possibility, a greater sense of peace. Words I shared on social media this week from Martin Luther King Jr. We come together in support of being extremists. And as Martin Luther King Jr. said, it is not a question of whether we will be extreme, but what kind of extreme will we be? Will we be extremist for hate, or will we be extremist for love? Will we be extremist for the preservation of injustice, or will we be extremists for the cause of justice? As highly sensitive entrepreneurs and leaders, one of our highly sensitive strengths is a deep belief in justice. So we join together in this moment of energy activation on this day to effect positive change in whatever form that's meant to take place for each and every one of us. It's not about what the end result looks like in terms of grandeur. It's about how you intentionally step forward in every moment with thought, with feeling, and with action. So it is this moment that we do our part, to commit to doing our part in all moments as we rise up and continue to step forward through this day and the next day and all of the days that we are graced to be able to breathe, to be able to walk, to be able to create, and to be able to choose. And it is this energy of connection, of community, of core practice, and of consistency that we activate together right here and right now. Breath in and let it out. Beautiful. Take a moment to bow your head. Allow your eyes to gently come back on open, allowing yourself to orient to your physical environment, and then allowing your gaze to rise up, connecting in with, again, the incredible power of this community spreading all the way around the globe of highly sensitive entrepreneurs and leaders. We come together in the midst of this historic day, in addition to this historic day, in spite of this historic day, to stay again in that energy of consistency, and specifically in the energy of New Year planning, and New Year planning with Zeal. Z-E-A-L. Zeal. As I've been sharing since the beginning of 2021, on our first weekly training and roundtable session of 2021, I introduced the 12 powers as part of the 12 days of Christmas. Since that first weekly training of the new year landed on the 12th day of Christmas of January 6th. A reminder, those 12 powers are faith, strength, wisdom, love, power, imagination, understanding, will, order, zeal, release, and life. Breath in and let it out. So today we focus on zeal, and today of all days, zeal meaning eagerness and an ardent interest in pursuit of something. Ardent, ARDENT. Ardent meaning enthusiastic, passionate. So today of all days, now in spite of these exceptional times, because of these exceptional times, it is so important as highly sensitive entrepreneurs and leaders that we acknowledge, we define, and we claim our zeal. What is it that is your passion? Because as highly sensitive entrepreneurs and leaders, one thing affects all things for those of us who are highly sensitive, being that our nervous system takes in stimulation at a much higher degree than someone who's not highly sensitive. Compartmentalization tends to not be in our nature. So in order to create success, as a highly sensitive entrepreneur and leader, we must be passionate about that success. And that success looks different for each and every one of us. So the question for today as part of New Year planning is, what is zeal for you? Citing the words of Sonia Sanchez that I shared as part of our fall 2020 training retreat that I'll share here either again or for the first time, because forgive me, let's welcome our newest members of the Business Miracles community and the Highly Sensitive Leadership Training Program. You will see, as for those of you who are new, you're seeing some strange hand movements happening. So let me quickly introduce. This is one of the ways that we connect powerfully as a virtual community through these exceptional times. This is a round of applause. So as a new member, you just received an amazing round of applause from the entire Business Miracles community of highly sensitive entrepreneurs and leaders. You'll also see sometimes members going like this. That means a business miracle. And you'll also sometimes see members going like this, which means you are on a roll, and sometimes this, which is a show of deep appreciation. So again, in the name of deep appreciation, the words of Sonia Sanchez, in the name of zeal for this new year and these times. She says, I say, where is your fire? I say, where is your fire? You've got to find it and pass it on. You got to find it and pass it on. From you to me, from me to her, from her to him, from the son to the father, from the brother to the sister, from the daughter to the mother, from the mother to the child. Where is your fire? I say, where is your fire? Can't you smell it coming out of our past? The fire of living, not dying. The fire of loving, not killing. The fire of blackness, not gangster shadows. Where is our beautiful fire that gave light to the world? Breath in and let it out. And in the words of Sophie, in the words of Sufi poet Rumi, don't you know yet? It is your light that lights the world. Don't you know yet? It is your light that lights the world. As highly sensitive leaders, when we are confused, unclear, unsure, or disconnected, and most importantly, when we are feeling a sense of unworthiness, when we have lost touch with our zeal, when we have lost touch with our passion, when we feel disconnected from what it is that needs to motivate us to go above and beyond to create success as someone who is highly sensitive. When we experience this sense of unworthiness, disconnect, uncertainty, we turn to energy management. We turn to energy management tools to shift perspective and to create a miracle, remembering, as according to A Course in Miracles, that the definition of a miracle is a shift in perception. And as we spoke about on last week's weekly training and roundtable session, with the focus of New Year planning and will, it is our choice at any given moment and any time to be able to access a miracle, to be able to turn to energy management, no matter what is happening externally. So as I shared on last week's weekly training and roundtable session, if nothing external has the power to usurp your will, then that also means that nothing external has the power to usurp your zeal. The choice is always yours, and we turn to the energy management tools to support that choice. So for today, on again this amazing historical day, we are going to collectively together as a community of highly sensitive entrepreneurs and leaders, we are going to engage in energy management together. Grab a piece of paper, a pen, pencil, something to write with. My high recommendation is this is not keyboard and computer. So take a moment if you need to again grab paper and pen, pencil, something to write with. Together, we are going to engage in one of my most trusted turn to energy management tools, which is the letter to the universe. Letter to the universe, write that down. If needed, as needed, replace language of universe to whatever higher force, power speaks, works for you. God, Spirit, Buddha, Allah, all one, great ones, Goddess, your choice. The letter to the universe is something that I use first and foremost when making significant decisions for myself, but also in those moments when I feel like I can't quite touch. I can't quite fully connect in with my highly sensitive strength of intuition, or I can't quite fully connect in with my highly sensitive strength of being deeply spiritual by nature. The letter to the universe is like a direct line. It is a direct call. So together as a community, we are putting together a letter to the universe in regards to zeal for 2021. How to remain passionate, motivated, and connected to a sense of worthiness and ability to create as we continue to navigate the extraordinary exception of these times that we are historically living in. So we will start our letter with a dear universe. Dear universe, spirit, source, God, spirit, Buddha, Allah, again, whatever language works for you, write that down. We will move to the next first section of the letter, starting with the phrase, I am writing to you today in regards to my sense of zeal and worthiness to be a creator in your name through these exceptional times. Again, we will start the letter with, I am writing to you today in regards to my sense of zeal and worthiness to be a creator in your name through this year of 2021, these exceptional times. Next sentence, my vision for myself in this year of 2021 is. My vision for myself in this year of 2021 is. And now take a moment, and if needed, place hand on heart and take a minute or so to fill in that blank with your vision, your zeal for these extraordinary times. Leave nothing out. Let it all pour out. This is between you and the universe. Everything you envision, your zeal, your passion, your fire. And just start to wrap up this section. knowing you can always come back and add more if needed, when needed. Together, let's take a breath in and let it out. Moving on to the next section, starting with the phrase, "Here is why I have this vision for myself. Here is why I have this vision for myself." And allow yourself to fill in the blank, tapping into what is underneath. What is the fire stoking this vision? Why I have this vision for myself. Take a minute or so to fill that in. No right, no wrong, no judgment. Here is why I have this vision for myself. And just start to wrap up this section of why this vision for yourself. It's hard to create without knowing why. Breath in and let it out. Next section. Here's how my highly sensitive leadership training program can support me in bringing about this vision and reminding me that I am not alone. Here's how my highly sensitive leadership training program can support me in bringing about this vision and reminding me I am not alone. Go with whatever comes to you, how you know you choose for this program, this training, this community, this coach team, this mentor to support you. Allow yourself to fill in this portion of the letter to the universe now. It's so much easier to create when we're not suffering in isolation. Breath in and let it out. Moving on to the next section of the LTU. We start with the phrase, "Dear universe, spirit, God, Buddha, Allah, source, goddess, you name it. I now hand over the details of the how to you. I now hand over the details of the how to you. I trust you will show me the way. I trust you will show me the way. You will give me the thoughts to think, the feelings to feel, and the actions to take that will bring my vision to actualization. I trust you will show me the way. You will give me the thoughts to think, the feelings to feel, and the actions to take that will bring about my vision, even if it feels uncomfortable. Even if it feels uncomfortable. I know that with you and the support of community, I am not alone. I know with you and the support of community, I am not alone. I am open to all possibilities. I am open to all possibilities and am willing to consider ways I have never considered before. I am open to all possibilities and am willing to consider ways I have never considered before. Breath in and let it out. And now next and final section. As I hand all of this over to you, I ask for a sign to show me I am on the path. As I hand all of this over to you, I ask for a sign to show me that I am on the path of possibilities. I know you speak in subtle ways, so I don't need to see a burning bush, but if you would help me to open my mind and my eyes wide so I easily receive the sign you have for me. I know you speak in subtle ways, so I don't need to see a burning bush, but I ask you to open my mind and my eyes to receive the sign you have for me. Thank you so very much for your support in all that I am meant to do and be and create through this incredible year of 2021. Thank you so very much. Yours with zeal, and sign your name. Breath in and let it out. And so it shall be for each and every one of us as highly sensitive entrepreneurs, as highly sensitive leaders being called in these times.